Check, check.
Hey, yo, internets, you're listening to the Combat Jack Show, the Combat Jack Show podcast. I'm your host, Combat Jack. 7 years we've been holding y'all down, man. 7 years in this podcast game. Look at everybody flourishing in this industry right now. Look at y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love it, man. I love to see all y'all out there, creating waves. You know what I'm saying? Making new legends and making new lines. You know what I'm saying? Salute all of y'all. Salute all of y'all, man. I just came from A3C, man, and a lot of people were asking about this podcast space. And a lot of people were like, yo, Combat, do you think the space is saturated? I mean, it is saturated if you're going to bring the same old bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It is saturated if you're going to have a show, an interview show that's based on mine, that's based on his, that's based on theirs, that's based on... That's why I shout out to Nori and Drink Champs, man, because, I mean, they got another interview show, but they got a whole different thing, man. Listen, I said this also at A3C. I feel right now, this podcast space, it still reminds me of like where hip-hop was in the late 80s, man. We had all these illustrious names out here, I'm saying, making classic albums, not even knowing what the fuck was going to happen in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? With cats like today's guest was going to take it to the next, bang, 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 next level. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, man, like I always say at the end of the show, dream your dreams, man. Don't let these stats and this and that keep y'all from coming in this game, man. Just bring your A game, you know what I'm saying? And don't. I seen some of y'all niggas talking flagrant about me. Don't. Okay, what's up, King?
On Twitter.
Huh?
We're talking crazy about you.
No, nobody's talking crazy about
I because what he just said, right? We was out in Atlanta, and one of the things I admire about this gentleman is that he's so supportive of the community.
Yeah.
In a sense, he doesn't have to. He could be the angry guy. Be like, I don't like none of these guys.
Old nigga.
Yeah, why y'all trying to do a podcast? But he encourages, if you got the spirit to do it, and the wherewithal, and
the imagination to just open up this lane, man. We ain't even start.
Because it's just conversations.
We ain't even start making this shit to the next level. I mean, you saw what we did with Mogul, and I'm not patting my back in the whole nine, but there's so many dimensions. Like, at the end of the day, shout out to the God Star and Buckwild. I remember before I jumped into this podcast space, he said to me, yo, the greatest thing about audio is that from day one when we was huddled around, fires and the whole nine, and we didn't have no technology, and we was hunting with spears on the velds, you know what I'm saying, of the luscious motherland, saying it was the theater of the mind. And I don't care if, we was back then to now in 2017 when we got, you know what I'm saying, all types of technology, and your president talking this and that, just bombarding us every day with that bullshit on that Twitter. You know what I'm saying? But still, at the end of the day, nothing beats the theater of the mind. So come with your games. You know what I'm saying? Come with your A game. Let's bring this level to, let's bring this craft, this medium to the next level. But don't. All right, King. What's up, man?
Yo, chilling, man.
Just in case a nigga think like that.
Yeah.
Don't.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just in case.
Just in case.
Yo, we here, man. We just came back from Atlanta. It was a dope trip. Shout out to A3C. Shout out to,
Steve Rifkin. Shout out to A-Track.
Yeah.
Angela Rye. Ed Lover. Premium Pete. What up, Premium?
Yo, shout out to Westside Gun and Conway, man.
Yo, Westside Gun.
Benny.
Conway. Benny
the Butcher.
El Camino.
Yes.
Who else is on the whole Griselda records? Yo, our showcase. Do we have video of that, right?
Yeah, we do. We trying to obtain the entire footage from the videographer.
Yo, coming soon. Hopefully by the time this episode comes out, man,
we'll have
the video.
Fire.
Listen, man, I've been in this game since '89, right? Motherfuckers like, yo, come to this, showcase this, showcase that. I'm like, showcase these nuts. I rarely go to a showcase where my mind is blown. You know what I'm saying? So I might be a little partial. Am I partial, King?
No, like, I think you're fair. I think because when you do go, you do have a certain expectation.
Yeah, I don't have no expectation.
And being that you've been
I
in the game.
have no expectation.
But being
it's just rookies.
But you've been in the game for so long that you have a certain temperature as to what moves you. Yeah. And as I always say, like I was thoroughly happy that you enjoyed yourself.
Well, I came in late. I didn't see the opening act.
Right.
But I came in and I saw the young lady. She from Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Coco Sarai.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fire.
Like internet. I don't know if y'all up on Coco Sarai. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Such a talent.
Yeah.
And then your man
Sha Summers.
Fire.
Shas.
Oh my God. That motherfucker is a star.
Yes, he is.
Yo, he's a star. And then, you know, UFO Feeve. Yo, UFO, I got to have a one-on-one with you, man, because I ain't like the way you was harassing my team with the middle fingers when you hit Atlanta like a diva, my man. You know what I'm saying? You was acting up. But when I saw you perform, I was like, this nigga all right, because, yo, me and Mika was like, if this nigga's trash, if you was trash, you would get the slanders. But my man, you can't. He ripped. Shout out to UFO Feeve. He's doing it on the internet.
Hold on. So these are all dope MCs.
Yes.
That you went to AC3.
And then King, King produced it.
So we curated.
You knew about it already.
Yeah, I knew about. I watching them. Well, I think he knows Westside Gunn Conway.
You knew, but you didn't know.
So Westside Gunn Conway's headlining, and I filled out the rest of the. I said, all right, who's worthy of being on this bill? That's dope, and it worked out. You know, it was dope.
And then when the Griselda Boys came
and shout out to Soul Group Universe.
Oh, Soul Group Universe. Wait, one more time, man.
Salute.
Soul Group Universe grew from Queens.
That's my favorite
group right now.
Drove out
from Queens to Atlanta.
Yes.
They hit the stage. They had kind of like the pen game was on some lock / Dipset,
with Queen's pen, you know.
And it was fucked up because all throughout their performance, their microphones did not work. So there was mad times. There was mad times that these niggas was rhyming and nobody heard, but they was giving so much heart.
They didn't stop.
Everybody else that came on the stage before them was so dope that nobody heard them. And who was the dude that was in your ear? The co-manager.
The co-manager. You know, he gave me a ton. Now this is the thing about doing events like this, which is I'm not too keen on doing them again. I don't know if I'm, but he kind of got a little feisty. And rightfully so, they drove 14 hours. And this is their shot. And
I thought it was gonna ring out, B.
And they're bubbling. So it's like they A3C and it's our shit. So they expect that technical shit to be dealt with by you, even though I had nothing to do with it.
The buck stops with you.
Right, ultimately, and I got to take that. That's what and that gave me a whole new appreciation for other curators and stuff like that. However, the problem is there's people in the audience that's around that might have a vested interest in my journey and my safety. And if they see certain things happening, they're like, whoa. We don't care about no flags. We see what we seeing. What's up? I said, nah, it's cool. The other homie is my brother. It's all good.
Shout out to Vok.
Shout out to Vok. He don't know me. It's the other dude, so it's all love. And he has a right. You know what I mean?
But he's watching this artist.
Yeah, and they're fucking dope. Soul Group Universe, dope. Look them up if you haven't heard about them or whatever. Fucking dope. But then Griselda, man.
Griselda Boys, man. You up on West Side and Conway?
Yeah, man.
Nah, they don't.
You what?
I'm not Mathis up on it.
These niggas is next level, B. Like next level. As a matter of fact, they kind of got your DNA.
Yeah.
They got your right.
Yeah.
They got your DNA.
No,
they from Buffalo.
Oh, they from Buffalo.
They from Buffalo.
Yeah.
They from Buffalo. But yo,
so Eminem just grabbed them up.
Eminem shout out to them. Yo, first and foremost, man, like we always been ahead of the wave. We've been carrying that West Side Gun Conway flag for the past 2.5 years. Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now. There is no crew that's fucking with these niggas. As a matter of fact, I just seen earlier today, they did the BET Cypher.
You saw it?
BET didn't air it, so I saw the video.
Let me tell you what they did too, real quick, before we jump in the interview. So they've been promoting the Cyphers, right?
Yeah.
And Shady signed this other kid from Compton. He's dope.
Boogie.
So his Instagram and Twitter is WS_Boogie. I know this is probably tit for tat. But when they posted the Griselda Shady Records Cypher, and they added everybody, they just hashtag his name. I'm like, well, how hard is it to just do a search? Right. The name is there. He's on Interscope. Like, how do you not
hit the button?
Yo, BT,
that dude.
BT, they love getting bags from you.
But come on,
saying we're gonna keep the relationship open, man. But you know what I'm saying? We all in this community together.
Research.
Come on, man, let's do this. Yo, let's jump into this episode, man.
Bang.
This is the second time.
No, so good. We in it. I'm learning. I be up in the mountains, so I don't really be up in tune.
The mountains in the United States or the mountains in Asia?
The mountains in the United States.
Okay. Okay, wait. Let me give you the formal welcome to the Combat Jack Show. This is his second time on this show, and he brought his colleague. Without further ado, the legend. You know what I'm saying? The head of this shit that raised a lot of us back in the 90s, Mr. RZA. Professor RZA, Dr. RZA, Teacher RZA, you know what I'm saying? And Mathematics. DJ Mathematics?
Mathematics.
Welcome to the Combat Jack Show, y'all.
Yes, sir.
How y'all feeling, man?
feeling good.
Great.
Yo, y'all have a new album.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang. The saga continues.
The saga does continue.
I listened to it today.
Bong bong.
Mathematics, you produced.
Yeah.
The full album.
Yeah, the full album.
Yo, how did y'all put this shit together? Cause like Rizzy and you, what was your role in this?
I'm the executive producer.
Okay. Okay, so what was
the
that?
EP.
What's that mean, sir?
Executive producer. That means I'm an executive.
Okay. So are you like I need some of this, I need some of that?
No. Math pressed the buttons. You know what I mean? And when he got it to a point, he wanted to bring it to the Abbott, so the Abbott could just. Add some notes to it. Like, yo, hold on, listen to song 1, banging, don't do nothing. Song 2, okay, maybe put a little salt on that one. Song 3, a little too much pepper, but you know what? They gonna
some lemon in there?
Yeah, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I'm like the head chef. Just looking at the pot, but Math sat there and constructed this. He had a vision. He put years and time into it. And when I first got a dose of what it was, because after we did A Better Tomorrow, I was like, hearing some of my brothers complaining about where my creativity was going, which was more on a broad, grown man level.
Don't you get tired of that, man?
Nah, it's all good.
No, but I'm saying though, like as much as you've raised the flag, you know what I'm saying, and people don't understand when you start broadening your views to different realms.
I don't get tired of it because I'm
in different chambers, and they like, yo, RZA.
It's like you just said, yo. When I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm doing what I'm doing.
Right.
You may figure me out 10 years later. You know what I mean? I had one of my lyrics, I was like, yo, when I talk, no telling what you might hear. When I speak, I may say something right now, and you hear something totally different.
It's not in my head right now.
Because the words of wisdom is still a magnet to the ear. So when I do what I do, I don't worry too much about the critics no more. I never did in my whole life. And so when I go back and check my history, like when I did A Diagram and I was bringing in weird guitar sounds, and I was like, yo, I don't know where's on that guitar shit. Next thing you know, you see a year later, Wayne got his guitar on stage, Jay-Z got his guitar on stage. You know what I mean? I see ahead. So I don't worry about that. And even one of the coolest things that happened, we get back to the saga, but when 444 came out, I think Jamel Arif, the High Chief Master Killer, was one of the first Wu members to hear it. It took me about a week to get a hold of it because I was already done with my movie joint. But he had came to my crib and was like, yo, I heard that 444. And yo, I gotta say, Jay did his thing. I really appreciate it. And so you know what, God, I gotta say that when you wanted to do A Better Tomorrow, it's like you was on that grown man shit. He did that. And we didn't see it at that time. You know what I mean? He said if we would have saw it collectively, it would have been that vision that you wanted. But we didn't see it collectively. And so that happens, you know what I mean? And so sometimes it's just your duty, you know what I mean, to bring down the scrolls. And when Moses came down from the mountain, he had the 10 Commandments. But them people, he split an ocean for them, right? He split the Red Sea, they cross over, everybody, yeah. So when he go up to the mountain, niggas build the golden cow on him. You know, he just split the sea for you.
What the fuck is this golden shit?
Let him out of persecution and slavery.
Yeah, he come back down. He's like, all right, I got the tablets. You know what I mean? They get the tablets. They still go savage for 40 more years. So much that the father said, yo, you know what? I'm gonna let the kids get this, because y'all don't get it right now. So that happens in life. But what Mav did for me though, also, was he brought some music to me that he was creating. Because after that album, I said, yo, maybe you could do the next Wu album. Because he already was on a chamber that I saw was in that classic realm. And, he just probably dismissed it. But he just did his own thing and came back when he had about 5 songs. And not thinking that he was doing a Wu album, just doing music. The biggest lesson I could give any producer or MC out there is, yo, just do you. You know what I mean? It's like a painting. Picasso didn't know that his painting was going to be worth $10 million. He just painted, son. You know what I mean? Mozart just couldn't help but write in his composing. So just do it. And that's what he did. He just did it. When I heard it, I was like, yo, that's Wu shit. That's that crack right there. I mean, I'm cooking space age dope. That's crack. You know what I mean? And from there he just kept building, and I passed the mic to him on that.
Yo, Math, man, a whole Wu-Tang album, man. How's this feel for you, man?
I feel great, but and just like how the God said, like even when he first brought it to me, it's like as far as doing the Wu album, it's like, God will tell you, I was like, I don't know about that.
Were you intimidated by the legacy of the Wu?
Well, not making the album because like when he first brought it to my attention, yeah, because it was like, yeah, that's it's a high bar set. But then, and I seen what the God was doing with A Better Tomorrow. From a producer aspect, I seen what the God was doing, but the whole thing is you have to have everybody to buy into it as well.
You mean the members?
Yeah, everybody has to see your vision
right.
to do that. Like the God said. But so after A Better Tomorrow, like I went to work and it's like me personally, I was just on a mission as far as like musically, I felt like I wanted to do something, like really true to me. That's where it started at, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start a project, and I went into the lab, and I just listened to 2 albums. I listened to the 36 Chambers album, front to the end. I listened to Chronic 2001, same way.
That's a good one.
And I just.
Why those? I understand. I understand the 36 Chambers, but the Chronic is such a whole different chamber. Why did you go that direction?
Because of the sonics of that album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like and they're both complete albums from beginning to end. And they're both actually 2 different time periods, but both of them still, to this day, it is undeniable.
Can't move them out the way.
Yeah, undeniable. So I felt like that those 2 was the only foods that I needed to eat musically. And I listened, I studied each song. I really listened to it like I ain't listened to them before.
Well, Baby is.
Yeah, I was hearing everything. I was
Baby is.
How long did it take to complete the album, factoring in getting the whole crew together?
Yeah, but once I listened to both of them, I completely shut away from music. That was it. It was like I wasn't listening to nothing else but what I was making after that point.
And when Math started, when he first came with the music, like he came and played me music, right? And it wasn't this, it wasn't like he said, yo, that Wu-Tang album, I'm doing it. No, he just had music.
Right.
And it really, it was kind of sounding like it could have been a Meth album. Him and Meth was on the road, and it was like, yo, he had a project he had in mind, me and Meth gonna do a whole project. But I'm listening to him like, it sounds like, whoa, like you whatever you doing, whatever frequency that he's in, it sounds like whoa. And so, he just went back to work and didn't even think about it on what it's going to be, you know what I mean? But in the beginning, you probably thought it was going to be Method Man's album, right? Because Meth was the MC that was there a lot.
Yeah, but in the beginning, originally, I was doing it as a mathematics.
Okay.
Originally.
Let me show off. It's like a producer.
Let me show what a producer can do.
But being on the road with Meth, and Meth was like, he gravitated right to it. So and it was a no-brainer. Let's go in the studio. Let's do this. So Meth was hearing it, and Meth was coming with them blades. So then it was like after that, it was just like, we was on the road. I know we was overseas. Got booked the studio session. Ghost brothers was coming through. Ghost Jizza. Cap Street. We went in there, did some work too. And it was like that was one thing. The music to me was the most important thing because I had to hit. Because I wanted it to be like when a brother heard it, he was like, oh, yeah, I got it. Let me murder that.
What I love about this album, man, is you hear the collective. And we've heard the stories about some of the past albums. It was really like, what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you had to bust down doors to get everybody to, it's like herding cats. Was it, y'all didn't have the problem this time?
No, I didn't have it. It's like the only thing that was really a problem sometimes might have been like scheduling, because everybody's doing certain things. So, but as far as like, like I said, you had to catch the brothers with the tracks. So once they heard it, it wasn't a problem. I got you.
The music has an attraction power, and the frequency, like what Math did. I know what he did. We talked about it. Running the music he created back through the ASR. You know what I mean? It gave it a frequency. You know what I mean? And so when in the Wu, is so familiar and at home with that. Cream came out of the ASR. You know what I mean? Method Man came out of ASR. Incarcerated Scarface came out of ASR. Ice Cream came out of ASR. So that frequency is familiar with them. And for me, I forgot about it. So when he played the tracks to me, I was like, let me eat that up real quick. You know what I mean? Let me jump on. So that energy it's the music that moved us, instead of like sometimes having an idea and I come to the studio, like on A Better Tomorrow, there's a song called Mistaken Identity, of which I had the idea, I had the song. I felt so many black brothers just locked up in jail who don't belong there. You know, we got homies. We got homies that call us all the time, sitting there for 25. Son, we know he didn't do it. We know who did it. We didn't tell, but you know, we didn't tell like we snitched. But it was like it was you know, it's known. But my man is sitting there for 25 years. So anyway, it's like, so Mistaken Identity was important to me. And we did the song, but it wasn't done as if like everybody wanted to do it. It was more like, all right, I'll do that for you, not because I want to do it.
Right.
And in Math's situation, there was no boundary to what to do. It just was like, you hear that track? Yo, let me get on that, son. And that caused a different kind of motivation. Like I said, and it was good for me as a producer and as an MC to kind of, you know, also be a part of that instead of, you know, being attached or being caught up in my own cipher, being able to go, yo, nah, but that sound, that's bong bong right there. Just let that live. You know what I mean? Let me put on my executive hat on this one and sit back and let you go ahead and drive. I'll be waiting at the building when you get there.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. I was listening to the album. I got an early copy. Thanks to you people. And I was putting the questions together, so I was playing it in the background, and I heard this voice that I never even conceived of hearing on the Wu project. I was like, yo, who the fuck is that? He sounds so perfect with the Wu, and I stepped back, and it was Sean Price, the late great Sean Price. How did y'all incorporate Sean? It's the track Pearl Harbor. How did y'all have the vision to incorporate the God on this track, man?
Sean Price was my dude, you know, and it's like
shout out,
rest in peace. Yeah, it's like
he was the very first guest.
Oh, get out of
here!
Oh, that's
7 years ago, man.
Yeah. Sean Price was my dude, and it's like I'm a fan of hip hop, you know, and I always thought he was an LMC. And I remember like we did a show. We was overseas, and you know, he was backstage kicking it. He was like, "Yo, we gotta do something. We gotta get in here and do something for real." I was like, "Yo, I'm with you. I'm with you." So that was a spark right there. It was a little bit time after that, but we made it happen.
You know what's crazy? That I'm gonna add on to that when Master Killer got an album out right now. For those who don't know, called Royalty is Loyalty, right?
I heard about that.
No, it's a great album. He did a great job on it, y'all. And he also has a Sean Price verse on it. And I asked him, you know what I mean? Because I heard Mathematics song already, right? And so I'm like, yo, wait, y'all guys got the same verse? What's going on, right? Because I didn't know the verse yet. But then I listened to, wait, no, it's two different verses. How did both of y'all get a verse? And it would be better if Jamel told this story, but he told it to me, so I'm going to give it to you the best I know it. He said, nah, God, Sean just showed up in my session. It was like, yo, I got to give you something. You know what I mean? So that gave me the inspiration to just assume that Sean was like, yo, he was just giving gifts, yo. Whatever he knew, whatever he felt, he just was giving gifts. You know what I mean? And one of those gifts ended up on Loyalty is Royalty, which is a great title, which is real, because loyalty is royalty. And another one ends up on Wu-Tang, the saga continues. You know what I mean? And that's kind of pockish in a way. You know what I mean?
Very much so, and he didn't even know. He didn't even know that his words would manifest
it's like
in the physical on this album.
Yeah, because it's like when last time I seen him, he was in Amsterdam, as a matter of fact, and it was at the Milkway. That's the name of that spot.
I don't recall the names out there.
Yeah, but it's one of the spots.
I know we always go there. and fights and that joint, and all that shit.
Y'all be fighting on.
Well, this was back in the day.
Okay.
You know,
I'm like, let me find out.
Yeah, all right, now.
The World Star.
World Star would have loved
Yo.
the Wu tour. So they would have had a whole TV series like that.
We gotta get back to that, man. But
anyway.
Oh yeah. So they, we was on tour and we had a night off, but it was I think it was who was performing. It might have been like Smith and Wesson and Rock and Rock and I think it was the whole boot camp clique. I remember we went through the show. We went just to go check them, and I was talking to him then. And I was like, yo, I was letting him know, I want you to hear it, because I wanted him to hear how it had progressed from that time, because even when I first started, like it went through, each song went through a process. Because it's like once I got all the vocals and even like hooks, or if I didn't get a hook, I figured things out. I added instruments, took things out. So by the time it was finished, I really wanted him to hear it, right? That particular song. And at this point, it wasn't finished,
right.
But it was still, it was
close.
Yeah, it was close. It was real nice. And I was like, yo, I got something for you. I was like, you're gonna love it when you hear this. And he never got a chance to hear it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
All right.
And y'all another, another person that's not in the physical, man, is I got Asan.
Yeah, old DB.
Asan Unique, Old Dirty Bastard, man. I want to read his lyric, man. It says they're trying to pit blacks against whites, but it ain't gonna work because we all having a good time in this, which is so relevant today, man. Because you got all of this division, and you know what I'm saying. I even hear like the Russians are like playing with having the United States so divided, so they they can continue to do what they continue to do since the USSR. I don't even want to get into that.
Bro.
But when was that lyric written? Because that shit is so timely in 2017. How long has ODB been gone?
That was like 20 years ago.
Wow.
When he said that. That was like that was from a show we did like 20 years ago.
What made you pull up that vote, man?
And when I pulled this up, none of this was happening at the time. And it was just like when I heard it, because he's like, yo, teach this to the babies. That's what caught me. And it was just a positive message. And then like how I was dealing with the music and his music, I want everybody to enjoy this. And he said, I'm going to tell you, they're going to pit black against white.
He told you this?
Yeah, he was saying
20-something years ago.
Yeah, and it's
how the fuck, man? Yeah, and the reason why I asked you is because, Old Dirty, I think, out of the entire Wu collective, is probably the most misunderstood. Mm-hmm. So tell us about the man and his foresight and the wisdom that he brought to even be able to foretell this, man.
He was a scientist.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
Asan definitely is a scientist. Not was.
Yeah.
Because he is a scientist, because we'll keep unraveling more and more and more about him as you live more and more. You know what I mean? And to think that, some of his words are prophetic. He told us, like, okay, he's like, yo, the FBI is watching me. And everybody's like, nah, you bugging, son.
Why they watching you?
Yeah, what they gonna watch us for? We just a bunch of homies from the hood.
Oh, the collective.
No, but watching him.
Right, okay.
And he was like, yo, I'm telling you, God, fuck that. And I was like, man, you bugging. You know what I mean? You just leave that shit alone. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yo, why come after he returned to the essence,
you find out, yep.
They put out the whole fucking pages. They've been watching them.
Yeah, pages. Upon pages.
You see what I mean? So we have foresight, yo. You know what I mean? And when you hear him saying what he's saying, an artist channels energy and life. Time is only linear to the physical, but it's not linear to the mental. And so whatever dimensions...
You gotta say that again, man.
Time is linear for your physical body, because you got to pass through physical time. Like right now, if you want to say Pluto is 3,680,000,000 miles away from the sun, right? But yet you could look up in the sky and see it instantaneously. But your body will never get there. They ain't got no spaceship that move that fast yet.
Right.
So time is linear to the physical, but to the mental, there's no time barrier.
Right.
So a person who's in tune like that, any prophet, you read Revelation, they're telling you things that happened 2,000 years ago, he's telling you things that's happening now. So anybody who's in tune like that is able to already mentally have the picture, because he has this understanding and he's able to verbally express it. And that's what A-Song did multiple times. You go back and check his resume, you'll see that. And you also will see other artists do it as well. Some do it blindly. When you do it blindly, though, that's another chamber. You know what I mean? We talked about this earlier, and I'm going to get too metaphysical.
Nah, get too metaphysical, man. That's
well,
what we do here.
name one of our greatest hip-hoppers from New York.
I mean, Jay-Z, Biggie.
Okay, Jay-Z is still here, right?
Oh, Biggie.
But Biggie is gone. But what was the name of his album?
Ready to Die.
You know what I mean? Not like that, but what's the name of the Wu-Tang album that came out after he passed?
What was the name of the second album?
Second Wu-Tang album.
The one with Triumph on it.
Triumph.
Yeah. It's called Wu-Tang Forever.
Wu-Tang Forever, right.
Okay? We named that consciously. You know what I mean? We like, yo, nah, hold on. Words are powerful.
Words are science, man.
You know what I mean?
I be telling people, man. I be telling people how they talk. It's gonna determine how you live, man.
Powerful.
That shit, what you say creates that shit in reality, man.
Yeah.
Like, listen, internets. Seriously, man. Watch how you think, man. Like, there's this movie I saw a couple of years ago called What the Bleep Do We Know?
Yeah, I seen that.
And you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
And there's this particular scene where this chick, the main actress, she always has these negative thoughts in her head as she's washing her face, brushing her teeth in the morning to get out. So she goes to this exhibit, and they talk about how energy, like the biggest conductor of energy, is water. And we're made up like 80% water. The universe is 80% water, and she's washing her face, and she got these negative thoughts in her head. And when it hit her, she's like, yo, this is why I'm fucked up, because of how I'm thinking, because of the energy that I'm transmitting. And I always thought that, man, like looking at Pac, you know what I'm saying, and looking at Big particularly, and they had all that death shit. And then listening to Jay, when Jay was the least likely to succeed, but Jay always came out like, I'm the best and I'm the richest.
Yeah, he's rapping about riches and he becomes that.
And then looking at him make that a reality through his words.
50 Cent said, I'm going to get rich or die trying. He got rich.
He got rich. And he tried to die. He definitely tried to die, man.
Well,
but yeah, man, seriously, that's a gem that I always have to remind myself, man. Watch how you think. Watch how you talk, man. Yo, mathematics, man. I'm kind of honored to sit with you, man, because like, it's really the first time I'm really jumping into your body of work. But yo, first of all, everybody in this room, can we give this man a round of applause? Because I'm just finding out that you were the person that created the Wu symbol. Yeah. You created the Wu symbol, the most important symbol ever, especially in this rap genre. How the fuck did you do this? And how's not posters of you all over the place, my nigga? How you not being carried on thrones and shit, my man?
And you know, it's crazy though. It's like you know, I did graffiti, so for me, it's like even like I don't think it really hit me until we was on the 20th anniversary tour. And when I came out and I seen the W up there real big and how the crowd was, and I was looking at the W like, oh shit, like, yo, I did that shit. Right. You know, it ain't really hit me. It still ain't really hit me. I think like it hits me in moments. You know what I mean? But it was something, you know, me and the God talked about for a minute. And, you know, for me, it just came through, like I said, I did graffiti. We talked about it. We built on it. The God gave me his input, what he needed.
Well, talk. No, hold on. Be more specific.
Well,
you had to create the W.
Yeah, well, I
did.
You
had to create a W.
I did the first. It started from the stickers.
Sticker. So we had a sticker that said first it was Wu-Tang.
Right.
And he drew that piece Wu-Tang.
What was the color scheme?
Black and gold.
Okay. Why the gold?
Black and gold because of the universal flag. It's black and gold. Okay. You know what I mean? So we got knowledge of ourselves. You know what I mean? There's a lot of math behind it now, okay?
Listen, everybody's a student right now.
All right, so there's a lot of math behind it. So it was the Wu-Tang, and that was beautiful already, right? It had a sword, it had a cloud, it had other things on it, the Tommy Boy thing on it. There was a sticker, and this before Wu-Tang was even a band. This is like me thinking like I want to make Wu-Tang. And I wanted Tommy Boy to come and be a part of it. They didn't want, they let it go, right? But anyway, but then we said, yo, let's do one with the with the I want a man carrying
a head.
A head.
Yeah.
Right. So first it was the W. First, so he did the W.
I don't think that would have worked out.
No. That's the
First, I
picture.
didn't.
Because remember, we was gonna chop heads off.
Okay. Which y'all did.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it was a W with him holding the head.
The head came out the W.
The head came out holding the head. But
chop
then,
head.
so I just needed the W. And he went home and one day.
But I didn't know what you said until like earlier today because I didn't know Last was on it. And
yeah.
I
had Gano on it. Gano's another graffiti guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you had commissioned different artists come up with a symbol.
Basically.
So you didn't even know you was in a contest.
No, I didn't know I was in a contest. Yeah. But which is good because you know what I mean.
No pressure, just creativity.
That's on the I don't got to talk about the economic side of it. Because basically I put up half my rent money for this. You know what I mean? I needed a logo. But
where was you living at the time?
234 Morning Star Road.
Okay.
I remember
But anyway, math.
You said 234?
Yeah, 234 Morning Star Road. But math came.
There's a lot of math in that address.
Yeah, it is a lot.
God damn. It's like the rap Twilight Zone right now.
Yeah, on the whole reality. Look, when he came with the W though, right? When he we went to your job.
Yeah, because he called me the day before.
Right.
It was like, yo, I'm printing up these records tomorrow. I need it. Yeah.
I need it.
So yeah, and at the time, I was working. I was doing carpentry.
Were you nice with your hands, son?
Yeah. My pops was a carpenter,
Okay,
so
nice.
when he seen I was into my bullshit, whatever, he was like, you know what, come with me. He took me to work.
Yeah.
And I was gonna quit. The first 2 weeks, I only stayed just because.
I remember you had your back aches.
Oh yeah, but that was later. But this is. This when I first got. This when I first got
there. It was good. Okay.
Yeah, like I was going to quit after the first 2 weeks. I was like, I don't like this shit.
Pops, you got that.
Yeah, but then I got that first paycheck. I was like,
I could deal with this.
Yeah, I'm good.
Not even knowing that you about to, not necessarily saying.
But that was years later.
Right.
But do you understand how the Wu-Tang symbol?
It's universal.
Beyond the merch. I've seen it on
Hello
Kitty. You have the Hello Kitty version of the Wu.
When my daughter was 4 years old, she had the Wu shirt. And that's why I'm saying that decapitated head wouldn't work. She had the Wu. And so she will always be loyal to the Wu.
You go to China, you go to in Middle East, you come over here, everywhere across the planet, there's a kid or an old head or whatever wearing a Wu shirt, hat, something.
But I would say when he got the final,
rocking that shit in Russia.
When he got the final inspiration for the W, and he made the W,
and he came to the job.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And we if you ever see the first rendition of it on the single Protect Your Neck, what do you see? You see the W on top of a book. But under the book you see the sword. And the idea was like, yo, we could do it with the book, the wisdom, or we could do it with the sword. You know what I mean? So there's something that his name is mathematics. You know what I mean? And
God body?
Yeah. And when the father wanted to design his flag, he went and got Universal Shamgar. And that brother sat there and designed something that represented the sun, moon, star with the 7 and the crescent moon in it. You know what I mean? And even though I had other people looking to do this, you know what I mean, it took the God body to do it. You know what I mean? And that W, you know what I mean, instead of writing the word out Wu-Tang, it became that W, and we picked Wu-Tang in the middle of it. You know what I mean? Because that W is like...
That's it.
Yeah. That's that symbol.
Say no more.
Yeah, I remember when they came and got it, like it was RZA, Ghost, Power, and Divine. They came stomping through on the job site.
Like, fuck your job.
It's like, that's how I knew they was there, because I'm working, and then I just see, dudes like the older men, because I'm like the youngest dude on the job too. They all like turning like so I'm like, what's going on over here? I said, oh, it's the God. So I was like, all right, let me go get it. I brought it to the God. I remember they all looking at it. God looked at it. They looked and said, yeah, this is it.
Yo, man, you way too humble for this accomplishment, man. It's like the nigga that invented the shoe. You know what I'm saying? If the nigga that invented the shoe was in this room, I want that nigga to pop his collar. That's one of the greatest inventions of all. The nigga that invented bread. Nigga, you invented the Wu symbol. Yo, tell the internet so they can find you, man. Yo, seriously, man, y'all need to give this nigga his flowers.
Not just the Wu symbol. Okay. After that, you're like, yo, all right now, make the Jizzle G.
You flipped it.
Make the Method Man M.
Wait. Now who's?
Well,
Meth did
it, but we told him to turn it upside down.
Yeah, and then and I designed the characters for Jizzle Liquid Swords for the album cover.
Wait. You did the album cover?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did the original designs, but they brought in Cyril from Image Comics.
Yeah, Image Comics, right?
And,
so he basically took the sketch of what you did.
Yeah.
Basically,
those are all my characters, and
we kept, from that creation, you know what I mean. So when he said RZA, Power, Divine, Goes, if you look on every back of every early Wu-Tang records, you see our government names. We the executive producers.
Yes.
Right. You know what I mean? And I'm the avid, of course. But each time there was time to do this, went right back to him. Yo, we need something for Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? Always keep going back to the same source because the God, his mathematics, his enlightener is like one of my favorite people in the world. Infinite. You know what I mean?
He's so almighty.
There's certain brothers that walk this New York City that's like, they uphold this city more than we could ever imagine. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and he's a student of one of those brothers. You know what I mean? I'm a student of the Jizzle, who also respected his enlightener. That's how I met him. So it was a lot of fraternal energy there as well. But every time we wanted to get something else to represent the Wu, we turned to math. But now in the Wu-Tang, the saga continues. You look at the album cover, he actually went and got Ghetto. Respecting the same thing, because anytime you see a Wu-Tang piece in any of our videos, Can It Be So Simple or whatever, Ghetto did those. And so this energy that we got and that we trade back and forth is real. It's a real brotherhood. It's a real respect. It's a real having knowledge of self and knowledge of our cipher. And that's why it keeps reappearing. You turn to Master Killer, you see his is the M and the K, but it's still a mutation of the W. U-God, he cut it in half. Still something of the W.
Yeah, how was U-God, man? I fucks with U-God.
Yeah, I saw him. We saw him in Chicago on what was it, 3 weeks ago at Riot Fest. Yeah, had a great night, man. We popped the bottle that night.
Matter of fact, it was the night of the fight.
Yeah, the night of that. Imagine this, yo. Chicago.
Chi-Town, what up?
The whole Wu-Tang watching Canelo and Triple G at a sports bar. If you was in there, if you turn to the left, you see, oh, there go Resident Ghost in there. You turn over there, there go Meth and Red. Oh, there go U-God. Oh, there go Captain.
They sprinkled all out.
The whole place lit up and hard body.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was a great night right there. And that was, so we also, that's the last time we all saw each other, was at that fight. We had a concert first, and after the concert, we went straight to watch the fight. They had this beautiful location for us in Chi-Town. It was a great night.
That's crazy. Yo, one more thing about the symbol. We just recently had the benefit of interviewing Steve Rifkin. And actually Steve was like, yo, you taught him so much. Like out of everybody, like you and Prodigy, like really taught him so much about the game and the culture. But he was saying that at one point, man, the symbol is so powerful that y'all had Warner Brothers, DC Comics, Batman, try to sue y'all because they were like, no, y'all trying to etch the Batman single out the way. You remember that? Y'all remember that?
That probably was executive talk.
Yeah.
That's
that was just before. Yeah, he was like, yo.
No, I'm saying no. That happened. That don't be just. Remember, Steve was up in the top of the building. Yes. So he had to handle that at the top of the building. He said he had to back down Batman off the Wu symbol. That's crazy, B. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now, RZA, we've always spoken to you about, you know what I'm saying, the vision that you had and how you saw this thing, man. But once again, man, mathematics, man, you met genius. You met Jizzle when he was genius back in 1990. Before this whole thing.
Yeah. But I actually knew RZA first.
Okay.
But I knew see now Jizzle, like I knew Jizzle because he lived in I'm from Southside Queens, so at one point Jizzle lived in Southside Queens and his family lived out there. But I didn't meet Jizza until around that time, but I knew of him. He
was a genius.
They called like he knew Infinite, my Lightner. He knew, and I knew his family. I knew Life, Shah. Yeah, I knew. So, but I always heard the great AJ. You know what I mean? Like, when it come to lyrics, it was the great AJ. So it was like when I met him, and Infinite was the one who put us together.
So when you meet him though,
he's
doing Cold Chiller records. Yeah. He's doing what's his name? Father MC records. You know what I'm saying? He's doing like these pop records.
He did one.
There's only one pop record. And this was before the album. And this was before the album came out.
Right. Okay.
Listen, he did a whole album first.
Yes.
And they told him
I bought that album.
No. So this is what happened. So this all know this still happened in music. He did the whole album, Words from a Genius. Then they told him, we need a pop song. He did Come Do Me last. And that was like the last song. If he would have put out Life of a Drug Dealer first,
Drama or something like that.
Remember Life of a Drug Dealer? There's a rumor that an old lady heard a hitman hiring a kingpin hiring a hitman to murder federal prosecuting drug dealing witness. That's how it is in the business. And I'm in it, physically gaining power, constantly counting up cash by the hour. And it feels good to get paid, regardless of how many victims get slayed. Accomplices of mine drop like flies. But in this game, every day somebody dies, whether shot in the body or cyanide in your Bacardi, because it's a cutthroat party. Now it's up to me to retaliate, and if I do, I increase the murder rate.
I move on those who double cross.
I move on those who double cross, set them up, and they suffers the loss of he or she, whoever's on the agenda. Most likely a family member.
Informants, rat-a-tat, telling snakes.
Get shot up, brutalized, and thrown in lakes.
Found the parts of the bodies found days later. The other half is still by an amputator.
I'm undefeated in plenty fights. Enemies get beaten with many stripes.
I shoot up funerals,
firebomb wakes, vehicular homicides, whatever it takes, just to control my empire. I set your own mother on fire.
Yo, you know what? That's too bright. That was too bright.
Yo, son.
No.
That was like, no. Please go do Come Do Me.
No, that was too.
No, my shit was hanging was stay out of bars.
Listen.
He's like hanging out in bars can become no joke. When you start to mixing gin, rum, Bacardi, and Coke, or Martini and Rossi, Asti, Spumantis, even 40s being shared throughout the posse. Jukebox is slamming throughout the
jukebox is singing throughout the
bright room with the melody of a soft Barry White tune. I sit back like I got it made in the shade, holding my dick as I scream to the barmaid. Right. Excuse me, miss. All right, here I come. Can I help you? Yeah. A double shot of rum.
On the rock, sir?
Not at all. Who the fuck needs ice inside of burning alcohol? I reach in my pocket to tip the whore, but I'm clumsy. My chain starts falling on the floor. I play macho and say leave it for the sweeper. Beep, 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 my fucking beeper. I start stumbling to the phone booth, revealing all symptoms of drinking 90 proof. Oh, damn.
Yo, what's wrong with this? Like, what's wrong with this pen game? First of all, what the fuck is wrong with this pen game? Even the joints that motherfuckers never heard. I was telling Steve in the interview. I was like, yo, one of the best disc records I ever heard was when Jizz went at 50. And Paper Planes, right? Yo, listen, internets, go back. Look on YouTube, listen to the Paper Planes, and just tell me, like, he wasn't on the same level, that elevated level, on the pop status that 50 Cent was, but there was no way 50 could have responded to that.
What's so cool?
Dissected 50 on that record.
No, it's so cool. Because we love 50, you know that.
Of course.
And 50 and Jizza ran into each other. We've been doing shows. We've been doing shows together actually. And 50 soldiers. I still ain't decipher all your shit yet. I still ain't decipher all your shit yet. You know what I mean?
But going back, man, to first and foremost, all them dirty ass, grimy ass rhymes y'all spit was 2 way ahead of the time, because y'all was the niggas that really dirtied up the game. Like seriously, when I first heard y'all niggas, I was like, these niggas is dirty. Just like that dirty nigga on Charlie Brown. Like, these niggas is dirty. And seriously, think about it. Internet, if y'all wasn't alive back then or wasn't around, like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that hip hop was sweet. You know what I'm saying? But there was a different
that was a different level of grind.
And then when the Wu came, You could smell these niggas on the arms.
And it wasn't one.
These niggas came in with shit stains. And there's no disrespect. Y'all niggas came in with that shit. But going back to when you're on tour with Cold Chillin' and the Genius, and you hear, Prince Rakeem and the Genius talking about this whole new world. What do you think? Are you thinking that shit is real, or these niggas is on some great dust?
I remember, early when Bob was talking about the idea, and I remember Ginger was talking about it, and I at that time I haven't met everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like I remember the first time I met Meth and Deck, they was together. I was at the God Lab, and I remember he just played me Ice Cream Man
and Mom throw down some money. That song never came out. The Ice Cream Man is coming. DM, Dickum Danger. Wu-Tang headbanger, straight from the Panty Annie Man. Meth was on some shit.
This was supposed to be for the first album?
Yeah, it was just neighborhood demos at that time.
Yeah, he was playing me some crazy joints. So when they came walking in, and first thing Meth, he was like, "Yo, you smoking?" Or he came like
the Method Man.
But yeah, so that was like, I remember when they left, he was like, "Yo, that's that brother right there." I was like, "Word?" I said, "Okay, yeah, son is dope." So and then I met Ghost. I remember.
Yeah, Ghost lived with me.
Yep. Then
I was living with Ghost, man. Not to cut you off. I was living with Ghost, man.
And we was like brothers, yo. Word, shit. We changed T-shirts on the chick.
What do you mean?
That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey,
wait,
I don't know, but
you decipher like
change.
I'm trying to figure that. We changed T-shirts on the chick. I'm trying to figure this.
She had a different T-shirt and different experience with him and probably with Ghost, allegedly.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro.
I don't know how he talking.
I don't know.
Internet's decipher that. So.
Yeah, but. And I remember when I first really heard Raekwon spit, because, I met Ray, of course, through the God, and I didn't know Ray was spitting like that until, I heard, like I said, the original Cream, with the Gonti and all that. I knew he was ill, but when we had the Cold Chillin', matter of fact, that was before. We had the rehearsal to go on tour, and Cold Chillin' rented out a studio for brothers to rehearse at. And I remember Ray came, G-Rap. It was mad dudes there. But it's like nobody seemed like they wanted to get on the mic or nothing like that. I remember Ray got on the mic, I got on the turntables. Started cutting some break beats. And Ray was going in. He was going in. That's why I was like, yo, Ray is ill. And I remember G-Rap was there, because G-Rap was like, at that time, one
G-Rap is G-Rap.
Yeah.
Already legendary.
Yeah, exactly. Like one of my favorite MCs to this day.
Right.
So, and I seen how he was knowledgeable, like, yo. But then I knew, from hearing what the God was doing, I was like, yeah, it's going to be something there. And then once I heard Protect Your Neck, I was like, oh, yeah. Wow.
Yo, man, I still say to this day, man, when y'all drop, I ain't even understand that album. Like, I just remember saying, what the fuck was that? Yo, am I high? I had to listen to the album 5 times. And then I was like, I got it. And I remember the first time y'all performed, I think it was in New York City, it was at the Sound Factory. And I was like,
shit, I know we went
but the first time, like, all the industry niggas was in there, I was like, yo, how many niggas
is in this
on stage and they all rhyming? And we didn't even know y'all niggas then. It was shit was so complicated to see, like, who, that's that, yeah, he said that rhyme. Yo, man, congrats to y'all for making that shit crazy, man, and real. The RZA, man, tell us about your new fashion brand, man.
Oh, 36 Chambers ALC, right? It's also the company that's putting this record out.
So it's a multifaceted company. Tell us about that.
So ALC, I coined that, a lifestyle company, and that's what it is. So we're dealing with music and fashion. We got clothing, clothing, jackets. We vegan, so no animals is being hurt in our products.
I heard that this was a vegan kind of lifestyle brand, so no animals were harmed.
Nah.
So most like this sweater is Ralph.
Is that wool?
Yes, wool.
Right. So we wouldn't probably use wool, right, unless we really had a chance to go see and make sure that the animals are being treated with respect, like biblical,
right?
Biblical respect. You know what I mean? We actually discontinued wool because we try wool jackets, but we come to find that almost 80% of the wool factories torturing these animals. You know what I mean?
So I'm holding this.
That's dope.
I'm holding this leather.
No, this is not leather.
But I'm saying it. I'm holding this.
It's leather.
I'm holding this 36 chambers.
Yeah, it's leather.
Leather wallet.
No,
is this mine, by the way?
That's yours.
Oh, thank you.
You gotta say,
woo! Thank you.
Respect, God, but you gotta say this word one time. Cause it ain't leather. It's feather.
Feather. What is feather?
Like
touch
vegan.
Touch that. Man. Talk about it, because I was about to ask about the.
This is dope.
Yeah. So our idea is, you know, this. You know, we have this wallet. We have a lot of accessories, of course, and we did something with the Asian Art Museum, where we got a chance to go down to San Francisco, go into this museum and look at all the different arts from different dynasties of China, and they gave us a chance to take that for inspiration. So this wallet, as you notice, all these different seals on it.
Mm-hmm.
These are seals.
These are actual seals?
Yeah, and we actually
got the Wu in there.
Yeah, exactly. We got a real artist to kind of draw the seals first, and then we use that to make our prints, and we pressed it on. And you'll see that on more things, like this here shirt is an example of it. This is one of our jackets. Let me show you a jacket real quick. We gotta get you one of these.
I see the fabrics inside. I see the
exactly.
fabrics.
Now watch when I open up this inside. It's like, you know, in
yeah.
Asian culture, right? Sometimes you go through a small door to a big opening. So that's what this is.
Okay. What? That's crazy. You got the Buddha in there.
That's so fire.
You know what I mean? And we keep our material like that. We got another jacket that's coming out. We got another jacket that's coming out that has the Lotus Sutra and the Heart Sutra. That's wisdom. You know what I mean? Written into the text and into the fabric of your garment. You know what I mean?
Now, what's the inspiration for this, man? And why the whole humanitarian approach to the fabrics, man?
Well, first, you know, it's 36 chambers, you know, it means there's 36 ways to do things, right? Or, you know, we first bought our Wu-Tang, and we called the album 36 Chambers. There was a reason why, you know, I decided to name it that. First reason is that, you know, there's 108 pressure points on your physical body, right? But 36 of them are fatal. And there's 10 degrees between each point that's fatal.
You mean 10 points between?
10 degrees. Like, they measure it almost in an acupuncture way. There's a way you measure
it. I love acupuncture.
Okay, so there's 10 degrees between each point that's to the next point of fatal. And so 10 times 36 is 360 degrees. That's that perfect circle. And that's what Wu-Tang became, a perfect circle. So that's why we use 36 a lot. And the reason why I'm doing something that's more humanitarian and more conscious of the pain, because nothing, bro, I'm gonna say this as a man, as a kid I couldn't say this. I grew up on a farm, we'd kill the pig, cook them, eat them, that was fun. That's how we did it.
Rinse and repeat.
You know what I'm saying?
On to the next
but
one.
there's nothing that don't wanna live, bro. And the planet Earth has provided enough for everything to live, right? And even one of the most worst insects you may disagree with, like a fly.
Water bug.
Right? Okay, a water bug, he's from the hood.
Yeah.
But it wants to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
if we in the same room,
he's dead. He's dead. I know. I know. You convinced me. I know. Do what you do. Do what you do. You know what I mean? But check out a fly. You know how long a fly lives? 3 days. And the party's over, no matter what. Now, if you catch him on the first day, you just took 1/3 of that nigga, 2/3 of that nigga.
I just got in this bitch.
But I'm just saying, just being conscious of that and not having to do it. Like when it's time, no, when you're at war, you're at war. But when you're at peace, I strive to be at peace in everything around me, because peace is the absence of confusion. So our brand is conscious of how many animals suffer. You know, there's how many billions? I got Mustafa Sheikh over here, my partner. How many billion cows just to make leather products? How many is? Give me a round number.
It's 1.4 billion, and that's not animals that are killed for food and then they're used for the leather. There's 1.4 billion that are just raised for leather.
1.4 billion a year.
Wow. I can't even think of the karmic fingerprint of mankind.
Exactly.
Because
that's a year, bro.
Yeah.
Now how many about? Just give me a rough about how many when you put the food into it.
50 billion.
50 billion cows, kid, is dying every year to give us a burger. Now, the cow you eat eats grass. He's 1,500 pounds of 80% muscle just from eating grass, from eating vegetables. But they'll tell you that you need to eat him so you can live. That's how he's living.
Yeah.
Nah, G. That's for kids. As a man, I'm not buying it. As a kid, yeah, I'll go get me 2 McDonald's. Double cheeseburger with bacon, baby. As a kid. As a man, I don't see it that way anymore. So our brand is striving to bring awareness and to do just our part. Like you said, you know, there's only, out of those 50 billion, 1.4 billion cows is for leather. Well, we may just save a dozen of them, but we with that. We with that cow.
Because your hands are clean.
Yeah, we with that, and our hands are clean.
Yo, how long you been vegan? No fish?
I haven't had a piece of fish since 1997.
How?
Because they brought it to me with the head on it one day. You know what I mean? They put it funny with the head on it. I was like, yo, shit, this nigga looking at me.
Escaviche.
Escaviche used to be my favorite. Same thing with chicken. One day I was eating chicken, my dude, and my teeth hit the bone. And my mind said, nigga, you eating a dead bird. And you from New York, nigga, all them pigeons? Well, yo, and not just that. Y'all remember you saw more pigeons when you was younger.
Yeah.
But once they start opening up mama fried, nigga fried, sweet fried,
shit, Obama
nigga,
fried.
chicken, yo, pigeon, yo, you can't find a pigeon in New York.
Yo!
Serious.
Bars. So you did it from a moral standpoint.
From consciousness.
And not a health standpoint.
Nah, I was healthy. I'm healthy. I am healthier for it though.
Right.
Actually, the health benefits. Let me just say one thing before we go on a spiritual level. Allah is the master planner, right? And He's already prescribed man a way to live already. If you just follow the plan, even if you pray 5 times a day, bro, that means you will get to your knees, your head will touch the floor, your arms will stretch out, your blood will circulate better. The weight of life will fall off your shoulder. 5 times a day, you become more healthier just because of doing that. Even if you didn't know what you was doing. Some brothers can't touch their toes in their 40s, bro. Because they done stiffen up everything, you know what I mean? The Father has already made plans for all of us. So I'm just being conscious enough to bear witness and live it out to the best of my ability. And even knowing that, you know, like I said, the cow who's eating the grass or all the vegetables that every animal eat is making them stronger, of knowing that, you know, keeping myself at peace and not causing friction with other humans. There's no need for that, bro. It's like, and also not keeping myself, and I would say, doing my best to stay away from what we call an evil atmosphere. Now, what I mean by that is this. There's a beautiful verse in the Holy Quran, right? And I know that sometimes we look at, we might as well we here, so I'm going, all right?
Oh, we here, man.
All right.
We already done.
So I know sometimes they make it seem like that, you know, that Islam is a religion of terrorists and all that. But the word Islam means peace. So even if a guy is a terrorist, he's not Islam because he's not dealing with peace.
Right.
He can say what he want to say he is. He could do a Kylie Jenner. But he's still a man, kid. You ain't fooling me with that. You can feel how you want to feel. Feel how you want to feel. Do what you want to do. You have your prerogative. Right. But in the end of the day, it's not the definition of what it is. So Islam means peace. And the book that they gave us was the Holy Quran. Because the people who had to get that book, they wasn't living where the Bible was at. But they had to get a message also. So when they got that message, it helped them deal with political situations, marital situations. It breaks down, even if you die, you know, your son will get this, and your second, you know, it's just calculated life for man, okay? And inside of it, there's a lesson that says, when you pass away and you're facing the Father, and you say, yo, he's checking your record. You go, yeah. They go, well, why did you do that evil thing you did? You know, whether you ate this, you did this. You go, well, that's how my country was. I lived in a place like that.
That was a custom.
Yeah.
And the law.
He gonna say, I made this planet big enough, bro. You could have just moved. You don't have to stay here. So even Prophet Muhammad, who lived in Mecca with his family, his own family wanted to kill him. Now he could have stayed there, and just, yo, I live ain't going nowhere. Nah, G, he got up and left. And when he went to Medina, they built him a beautiful house, took care of him and everybody. He came back 10 years later and just took over Mecca. So sometimes, yo, G, it's just like me being on Staten Island, you know what I mean? I should leave and go to the Bronx for hip-hop. You'll see me in Queens, you know what I mean? Some people, we get stuck, you know? I remember some of our moms didn't want to leave. Well, even when we made it, some of our mothers didn't want to leave. They didn't know nothing. You know what I mean? Nah, G, it's prescriptions. The Bible is full of prescriptions, yo. Jesus taught us what to do. Prophet Muhammad taught us what to do. For my Indian brothers, Krishna taught us what to do, yo. They lived, and walked, talked, and gave us examples, and we gotta be wise enough to take heed. You know, Krishna, let's give one more example, through his teachings came a man named Bodhidharma, what we call Dharma, okay, the father of Shaolin Kung Fu. He was a meat eater as well at the time, a prince born rich. And one day, a wise man had visited him and asked him, what's the brightest light in the universe? And he said, the light of wisdom. He said, your wisdom, you're pretty good. And then he sat down for dinner and he started eating a piece of meat. Mm-hmm. And while he ate the meat, the teacher just ate a leaf. Mm-hmm. But the teacher was cognizant, looking at everything. And he asked him, why would you eat dead flesh? Basically, because your body is alive. Why would you put death into your living body? And he said, I believe that everything with its back to the sun can be eaten. And as soon as he said that, his servant came in who was a hunchback nigga.
Big back.
He was like, eat him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it hit his mind. You know what I mean? So the lesson for us is that, that there's a proper way. Positive education always correct others. If you know,
peace.
Yeah. For everybody out there, check out the show on Netflix. What's the new show that they got? It's called What the Health.
Yes, heard about that.
Yes. Just check it out, yo. Because that dude ain't talking no spirituality, no religion, no nothing. He just went and did the knowledge, logic and logistically, and even found out that what we put in our bodies, like Elijah Muhammad said back in the 50s, he wrote a book, How to Eat to Live. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Dr. Sebi, who who took it to the next level. Mm-hmm. Yo, if you want to preserve yourself, it definitely starts with your food and water. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that food and water is physical, but also it's mental and it's spiritual.
I appreciate that. Yo, Matt, you vegan also?
Yeah, I'm vegan too.
How long?
I've been vegan, next year will be 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, I've been vegetarian 20 years as well.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
The last person that we had on the show that talked about that was Russell. And what impressed me most about Russell was, to me, it was, how you convinced me and how Russell convinced me, it wasn't from the health perspective. They could beat you over the head with the health perspective, but it was more the karmic. It's like, what kind of footprint do you want to leave spiritually? I'm saying that. I remember even when KRS was saying it back in the day about how you incorporate the fear and the doubt and all of that in the animal. Thank you. Appreciate that.
So you're gonna venture into the. I'm asking you. You're gonna venture because we've had conversations.
I mean, you
about
already.
that.
I'm going through some health issues right now.
No, I'm just right.
So you know what I'm saying?
But it's the common thing about the whole vegetarian thing. It's just.
You know what it is with me? It's the awareness. It's like it's just like I know at a certain point I gotta stop the bullshit. Right. It doesn't matter when.
Well, I mean, you would embrace it.
I mean, I embraced when Russell was on the show 2 years ago. I was vegetarian for 2 months. Yeah. I was like, I'm not eating nothing. And one day I smoked a little blunt and was at the trap house party. Yeah. And Boss Knob was like, they got jerk chicken. And I fooled myself. I was like, I'm gonna take one bite of this jerk chicken. I'm gonna come back to this shit. I'm gonna come back to the plan tomorrow. 2 years later, here my fat ass is. You know what I'm saying? But nah.
Yeah, jerk chicken, that's a tough one to beat.
Yo, B. You don't ever get no cravings, B?
Nah.
Ever?
No.
Math, ever?
Never.
Yo, the flavor is not in the dead animal.
Right. The flavor's in the flavor, right?
Yeah, the flavor's in the flavor, bro.
But what do you say to people, you know what I'm saying? What do you say to people? Because I hear a lot of people that have decided to go vegan, and then they get sick. Like, what are they doing wrong?
they're not eating properly. It's
What
still a proper way to eat, because
Right.
you got to get your like minerals. It's like the most misconception people have is protein. Like, you get your most protein as a vegan, because you're gonna get it from beans. You're gonna get it from tomatoes. You're gonna get it from asparagus. Yeah, you're gonna get protein, and you're gonna get more protein per gram from those than you do from beef or any meat. So, but then it's things like iron, that you have to, But you get iron if you eat like spinach, exactly.
So if I don't want to read anything tonight, and for the next week I just want to eat vegan, what's the 5 things I need to eat?
Well, you got
to have a complete.
Well, you have to balance.
What's a well balanced?
Let's take a black diet, yo. Just get some beans, some rice, and some fresh vegetables. Put 2 servings of vegetables on it. If you need something a little sweet, get you some yams.
Mm.
So
y'all don't eat sugar either?
I'm saying I don't eat a lot of sugar.
No,
but I'm just saying, if you want to add some yams is beautiful for the body. Yeah. Avocado is the only thing that builds brain cells. It's it builds more brain cells, omega-3s, than fish. Okay, and of course, in different almonds and nuts and things of that nature. But if you just get you some black beans, some rice, some kale cooked up a little bit, throw some onions up in that baby, yo. You know what I mean? If you want to go a little heavier on it, just throw some potatoes or sweet potatoes in that, yo. You're gonna be feeling good. You can't tell me that you never had a veggie Jamaican roti, my dude.
Oh yeah, of course.
Bong bong.
Of course.
So with those, you going to bed.
The other day I was at Whole Foods and had the veggie bloody burger.
Oh, the Beyond Meat.
Yeah, Beyond Meat. That shit was delicious.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm about to say. If you do have cravings for meat, they got things that you can get that taste. You can even make stuff that tastes like.
I had a curried jackfruit. First time I had jackfruit today.
Yeah,
I'm not really a big fan of jackfruit.
Jackfruit's tough.
But the way they made it, it was like stew chicken, like curry stew chicken. I was like, all right, and it almost looked like it too, but it's acquired taste. But
you got products like it's a company called Gardein. They got some
burgers.
They got some good.
Just watch the sodium a little bit. That's the catch-22 of the sodium.
And I heard the soy ain't that proper either for you.
Definitely if it's GMO.
GMO.
If you get regular soy, you could party with that. But I just want to say, when somebody gets sick, like food, like anything, it's called. Our country has the Food and Drug Administration,
which is crazy.
That means both of them are the addiction. So your body definitely going to go through withdrawal when you stop eating like that. There's a chance that you may get sick. There's a chance that you're going to have to go through a few days of
discomfort.
They call it when a dude got to get off the heroin. They go through
withdrawals.
Yeah, you're going to go through withdrawal. But
see, I don't think it happened with
it happened because you stopped pork
at 84.
Yeah, so
I stopped beef at 92.
Yeah, I would say a progress is. It wasn't overnight for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? It started pork, of course, at the age of 11. We got knowledge of ourselves. You couldn't eat no swine. Beef, probably around 19, 20. Chicken around.
19, 20?
No, 19 or 20 years old. But chicken, I kept turkey and chicken all the way until I finished Liquid Swords. Liquid Swords is a turkey burger album. You had turkey pastrami. But then after that, that was what, 95 on Liquid Swords?
Yeah.
And then 97 is when I stopped the fish. And fish was the hardest because fish is like a family tradition. Fish fry, you know how that go, kid. You know how that go, kid. Exactly. You might not, look, if you're gonna hold on to anything,
hold on to the fish.
If you can't let go, hold on to the fish. Yeah, that'll give you still 15 more years back.
I appreciate that, man.
You know what I mean?
Yo, tell us about this new movie, man. Love Beats Rhymes. This is your second directorial.
Yeah, my second for a studio.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm very, very proud of it, yo. Very proud of it.
It's starring Azalea
Banks,
Jill Scott, and Conrad.
Yep.
Saw the trailer.
Oh, respect.
Tell us about it, man. It comes out in December, right? December 2nd?
Yeah.
On the big screens?
Big screens. We do big screens. We do VOD. I mean, you could go to the movie theater and you also could get it that day at home if you want to sit at home.
And this is a different type of movie.
Yeah.
From what I would expect from you, man.
But that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, from the Man with the Iron Fist to this. This is more like a hip hop, like MC, like a woman MC struggle. Kind of like, tell us about it, man.
if I could relate it to my own career, remember that song "All I Need" by Meth and Mary?
Mm-hmm.
This is my all I need.
Okay.
Alright, as a producer.
Awesome.
And it follows a girl named Coco, played by Azalea Banks, who is trying to break into the business, and she her moms want her to go to college. You know what I mean? But she don't want to go back to school because she wants to pursue her career.
Her passion.
You know what I mean? But her mom's just like, yo, that's not an option. And so she goes back to college, and I guess he thinks she's going to get an easy class by taking a poetry class. But when she get in that class and the teacher is Jill Scott, and they get into an argument, it's hip-hop poetry. It's kind of cool what happens too, because I love the scene that Azalea does, so that they make everybody in the class say a poem. And then she gets up and she says, I start to think, and then I sink into the paper like I was ink. And they're like, nah, that ain't no poem. She's like, what?
That's a rap.
And that becomes this whole big debate. You know what I mean? So it's looking at it from an academic way. It's hip-hop poetry. And through that journey that she goes
it's hip-hop poetry.
Yes, man. To me, I would say yes. Academically, somebody may say no. You know what I mean? Because poetry there's certain rules and regulations. But I would say yes. And through her journey, she discovers not only a girl trying to figure out how to be a lady, she also, I think, becomes a woman in this journey of the film.
How was it working with Azalea, man? Because Azalea keep that cloud with her, man, that cloud of controversy. How was it working with her, man?
She nailed it.
Right.
She showed up every day. She did her part. She's a natural actress. I think that she could be a movie star. You know what I mean? She just go ahead and focus on it because she was so natural. It's not easy to get in front of 50 people with lights and cameras and say what you gotta say, memorize it, or drop a tear, or get
have
angry.
a sex scene or whatever.
Yeah, it's not easy, and she handled it like a champ. So I think she has a great career, and if she was to pursue that, I think she'll be successful. And regardless of all the controversy you hear about her, I would honestly say that for those days when we made that film, she was a total professional, and we knocked it. That's why we have a film. You can't get a film bullshit, bro. You know what I mean? And she knocked it out. And I would advise, somebody saw the film early. We had an early screening. And somebody came to me and said, "Yo, wow, you put a black chocolate girl as the lead,
You don't see that.
Of a studio
You don't see
picture."
that in Hollywood.
Yeah. But she was the girl. She was Coco. She was the girl we needed for that role, and she delivered it.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Your impact. You know what I'm saying? Your universal impact. When you hear somebody like Kanye West say that, you know what I'm saying, he wouldn't be where it is without the Wu. When you hear somebody like Drake do a record like Wu-Tang, forever, man, what does that feel like, man?
It feels great, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing like your peers, giving you respect, and it's nothing like when a young person discovers what you did. You know what I mean? It's like, think of us looking at, I'm gonna use Isaac Hayes as an example because I'm such a fan of his music. Me and Dirty would drive down to Ohio from New York, just blasting Isaac Hayes, the long version. By the time I get to Phoenix, walk on by, I'm talking about the 15-minute versions. You know what I mean?
By the time I get to Phoenix, it's like 13 too, right?
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm talking about the long versions. The Look of Love, the long versions. Right? But then I got a chance to meet him.
How was that?
It was a blessing. You know what I mean? We spent 3 years as tight friends, and he mentored me and taught me things and told me things to watch out for. Some things I couldn't avoid. Some things he told me that happened to him happened to me.
Like, what can you avoid?
He said, he had a label that was worth about $18 million, and they zeroed him out. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I had a label that was worth $30 million, and they zeroed me out. Okay? And how to avoid it is part of a system, you know what I mean? It's not the people that work there. It's just, it's monopoly. The game is over. The money go back in the box, kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to understand that. You know what I mean? And how do you beat that? I don't know who beats it. You know what I mean? But I thought I was going to beat it. I was like, well, that ain't going to happen to me. Whoosh. So at the same time, also, he told me you're going to grow musically. You're going to start understanding the chord of yourself. And it came out that the A minor, if you listen to a lot of Wu, you'll find that A minor, C minor popping up. Yo, I'm in a minor key. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. And also, he was also vegetarian, you know what I mean, early on. You know, he's earlier than us. He had the cayenne pepper, lemon ginger drinks before you could buy them.
The cleansers.
He was already doing that. So it was great for me to spend time with him. And the point I'm making by telling you all that is that it's wise for the youth to build with the OGs.
Of course, it's so necessary.
You know, Quincy
And
Jones.
it's so necessary for the OGs
to build with the
to
youth.
build with the youth.
And we gotta never let that bridge go. A lot of us are single parents, products of single parents without fathers. So if the father figure sometimes become the artist or the actor or the sports figure, you know what I mean? And when somebody become like, when you look at some of the great boxers that come to the fights and they sit in the side while the young boxers fight, you know, you see Jordan may show up at the All-Star game or Russell or or Kareem and them. Mm-hmm. That's it's supposed to be that. Mm-hmm. But the blessing of it for them, the joy of it is when the young brother go, yo, yeah, I respect what he did too. You know what I mean? Because none of us is here without the sacrifice of somebody else.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So I appreciate, you know, when Ye was giving me points and saying Wu-Tang. I appreciate Drake saying Wu-Tang. I appreciate the new Migos song off the Khaled album. Mm-hmm. They bigged up Wu-Tang. Little Uzi Vert, you know what I mean, who I wouldn't expect was aware of Wu. It's like, yo, his clique is like Wu-Tang, yo. And I respect that.
Wow, thoughts, right? He said so.
Yeah. I respect that, yo. So, and at the same time, guess what? I'm a fan of theirs.
That's dope.
Because I'm a DJ, so
that's dope.
I'm in my crib. My bitch is bad emoji.
Yo, who would you like to work with, man? Rap wise.
I'm an executive producer, right? So I'm EPing it, but I think some of these MCs would do themselves a great service to come grab some mathematic beats right now.
Man, who you want to work with, man?
I'm ready to work with anybody, like, as long as we gonna make some good music. There's a lot of dudes I like though, like we were saying, like you know, Conway, Westside Gun, and is dope. There's a lot of dope dudes out there. It's like, man, I just had a whole bunch. I can't even.
Yeah, your boy, like Vic.
Oh yeah, I like Vic Mensa.
Vic
dope.
yeah,
Yeah, J. Cole dope. You know, Kendrick dope.
I
heard this other kid the other day, Luke, Lute. He was. I just heard him. I think you know. What was that? I was driving. I think it was Rosenberg or something like late. I heard him killing it. Yeah, but it's a lot of dope cats out there. But,
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
So last question, man. And I don't think we asked. Did we ask? Was it that before?
I don't think we did. But if we did, we could always revisit.
That's a deep one.
No, it's not that deep. I asked everybody. This is the last question. I'm gonna ask both of y'all, man. Top 5 MCs.
Ooh. Do I include my family or?
I mean, it's your top. It's all, you know.
Right.
It's all subjective, and
it is all subjective.
Like I say to the people that's on the show, and like I say to everybody that's on the show, nobody judges you.
Right.
It's your personal favorite. I had somebody tell me one of their top 5s is Big Bang Hank from the Sugar Hill Gang. I was like, oh, hey,
Big Bang, baby.
I mean, he set it off.
No, I don't.
That'd be Grandmaster Caz then, right?
Yeah, I mean, Grandmaster Caz, exactly.
That used to be my favorite MC back in the day. I mean, Grandmaster Caz, Mo D, Melly Mel.
What?
Those was like my.
That's the triumvirate.
Well, I'm gonna take this moment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, to use what I think the top 5 MCs in content and substance. Okay, I'm gonna say the Jizzle. I never heard nobody ever put words together in deep meanings.
He's not human with the words.
Okay, I'm gonna step away from Wu, and I'm gonna give Rakim and Cool G in there. But I'm gonna come back to Wu and go Ghost. You know what I mean? I think nobody never took us like that.
Tell us, I mean, and I'm a big Ghost fan. What is it about Ghost?
Because Ghost put you at the scene of the crime. Call the ambulance. Jamie got shot. Wrote the Kimmy, don't go, son. You my motherfucking heart. Just think about Keebler.
Young God needs
The young God needs you. She be 3 in January. Like yo, he's talking to a man dying, and you there with him. You know what I mean?
Last breaths.
Here come his mom's in a nightgown, nigga.
And he rocking with the urgency.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
shoes
So,
on, right?
911, damn low battery. It's like, yo, son. You know what I mean? Put you in this, and then I'm gonna give myself number 5. You know
Why
what I mean?
yourself? Tell us about why yourself.
Because I don't think
I like
nobody has have ever put. I'm the most unorthodox MC that ever touched the mic, and I also think the content of information stuffed inside a Rizzaline you didn't get from nowhere else. I stuff content. If you take my lyric, if you're wise, take my lyrics and add water to them, and you'll really see what it is.
I appreciate that. Yo, you just hit me. I would love to hear you work with Doom.
Oh, I love that. That's my
Doom
dude.
is dope
Doom.
too.
Yo, man, what's your, and that's a great top 5, sir.
Bum, bum.
Top 5. Okay. I'm gonna try to go top 5 and keep my brothers out of it, because I don't think nobody's beating my brothers. Period.
Right.
So I'm gonna take it to Queens, of course. Nas,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm gonna stay in Queens with G-Rap,
Mm-hmm.
right? Jay, Big L. Big L was dope.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And then number 5, I gotta go Biggie.
Yes.
Gotta go Biggie.
I'm not even mad at that list.
Nah, that's a beautiful list.
That's a great list. Listen, RZA, Mathematics, thank you for coming on the Combat Jack Show. Wu-Tang,
Yes, sir.
the saga continues.
In stores.
In stores.
Digital.
Get that. The shit is dope. It's
Thank
got
you,
everybody on it. That shit, like, you called it a masterpiece. Why did you call it a masterpiece, Sir RZA?
Because the man delivered a masterpiece.
There you go. Say no more. Once again, man, continued success,
Thank you,
continued wins.
thank
King,
Yes,
what's
yes,
up,
yes,
sir?
yes.
King.
36 chambers.
36 chambers.
Yo, this wallet is fly as shit though.
You got another one over there
Nah.
for Math?
The fact that this is I like the fact that you pushing the
Consciousness.
non brutal killings of animals to make your products and
Thank you, bro.
give it to the people.
Keep
man.
building it. Yo, 7 years.
Combat Jack
keep it
Show.
going. 7 more.
Exactly.
In fact, you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna take it to a whole nother level in a whole bigger studio and all
Yes, sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
You know you have it.
Internet,
Dreams.
you know what it is, man. Dream those dreams and then man up, woman up, and live those dreams. Because a life without dreams is black and white, and the universe flows in technicolor and surround sound.
Bomb.
How'd you enjoy that, man?
Nah, it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man.
That's like,
Yeah, that's my little ego one of the president of the best.
I mean, you know you need that, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You need that. I put my name on the podcast list.
Bomb, bomb.
Yo, you heard the Mogul? The Life and Death of Chris Light? We did like a 6-series episode, man. That shit is like a movie. It's like a movie. It's so produced. It's crazy.
That dude did a lot of wisdom too, though.
Yo, internets. You see what we got here, man. We got RZA the Abbott. We got Mathematics. You know what I'm saying? It's a Combat Jack Show. You know what I'm saying? Wu-Tang Forever. They got a new album. Wu-Tang the saga continues. That shit ain't ever over. Like, how y'all feel about this episode, gentlemen?
You just said this thing's never over. Add this to your daily hip hop nutrition. How about that?
And this episode is nutritional, yo. What's up, Math?
yeah.
This is the dude that invented he created the symbol, yo. He created the...
Yeah, I had a good time tonight though. You know what I mean? Peace to the world. I'm in right here, Combat Jack,
Bomb, bomb.
King, Resurrected.
Yeah.
Law Man.
You know, let me see y'all brothers' hands before we go. Let me see your hand. Turn it upside down like that. Let me see what you got. Which hand you got? Your left hand? Right. Which one is it? This is my right hand? Right hand. Bomb. Let me see. Upside down like this. Bomb. What you see online? You see that W? You got a W.
Yeah, you got the W.
You got a W.
There you go. You see?
Lifeline, baby.
Bars. Raise the bars. Raise the bars, internet. We out.
Pleasure to honor.
Yes,
Once
sir.
again, thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Riz.
Tuesday.
Tuesday? Thank you.
King's Day.
King, take a picture.
That's my name.
Yep,
Great,
Tuesday,
great.
yep.
Take a picture.
I have your email, so I'll send you the.
You have it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. You're in the email
Yeah.
thread with that Trissa.
Can you take a picture?
Oh, yeah, she got you.
What's up, man?
Uno, dos, tres.
8 pictures.
Thank you.
Done.
Thank you, guys.
Peace and love, guys.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yes,
If you need
yes.
anything at all.
All right, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's go do it. Let's go take some shots.